Everyone, hopefully you're having a great day and getting out and enjoying a little bit of the sunshine. Even though it's cold, you can still get a little vitamin D from it. Um, I wanted to talk today about a few things. I had a few people ask me my opinion on the shooting that happened of the gentleman up in Minneapolis by Border Patrol agents on Friday. So here's my opinion. Loss of life, any loss of life by something like this is tragic, and anybody can admit that. Anybody can. However, if you ask me my opinion of him, he was a leftist communist agitator who got dealt with. I don't care if he was a nurse, a dad, or anything. I don't care if he was a pediatric heart surgeon. It doesn't matter to me. He was a leftist communist agitator first and foremost. His profession had nothing to do with it. So quit crying on the Facebook and on TikTok. Oh, he was a nurse. He was a nice guy and everything. I'm sure he was. You know what? I'm sure he was. There's a lot of nice communists in the world. Why do I designate him a communist? Because he interfered with the democratic process. The democratic process in this United States is that we elect a president, the president implements policy. Those ICE policies are coming directly from somebody that I voted for and 77 million other Americans in this country voted for. You cannot interfere with that. You can protest, you can petition your governor, you can petition your senator, your congressman, but you can't impede what I have voted for and that policy. That is I think a big misunderstanding about what's going on in this country right there. You cannot, it is against the law to interfere and to impede ICE or any other federal agency from doing their job. And I'll share this with you right here. If you just go in and Google 18 USC 111, it's going to tell you that is a federal law that criminalizes assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees. What it provides federal employees, judges, and other certain USC protections. Here, the conditions. Official must be acting in official capacity or on account of their duties, which that was clearly going on. It's punishable up to 5 years. It says the act involves a deadly weapon, causes bodily injury, or punishments can be more severe than up to 20 years. So, and look, if the act is just a simple act of assault or intent commit another felony, it's up to 8 years. You cannot do that. You cannot physically or verbally obstruct or harm federal agents like FBI, DEI, ICE judges, or other officials. It's written out here pretty clear, and it's a felony. How much more plain can you tell the Democrats that what these people are doing, like this right here, how can you tell them it's against the law? That is against the law. And why all those people are not arrested, I do not know. If you want to protest, you designate a certain area. The government officials, local officials, can designate a certain area for you to go to behind the rails, and you can picket, you can bring your little flags and everything, but you cannot do that right there. That is against the law. If in the commission of you committing a felony, somebody feels intimidated, like they're going to lose their life, this guy had a gun. It was totally justified. Look, he's got a gun. What was he trying to do with this gun? Was he sent there to assault somebody? Was he sent there to assassinate someone? He was sent there by somebody. We'll go over that here in just a minute. It's tragic. Somebody lost their life, but he had a gun. The officers felt in the scene, these high pressure scenes where you can go online and you can see all these leftist idiots online saying, we're going to carry a weapon, we're going to shoot ICE. And they're carrying weapons in Minnesota. They're carrying weapons to these protests and everything. Those guys got to be arrested. Okay. If you want war, just let us know. Just let us know. I'll give you my address. We can have a war out front if you want to. I don't care. Let's talk a little bit about these who's funding all of this. And this is no I don't think it's any secret. There he is right there. In the arms of Chuck Schumer. They've had many multiple meetings. This is actually an old post from Alex Soros. They've had a lot of meetings. This is where the money is coming from. I'll show you this. This is a website, and all I did is Wikipedia. Go in and look for all these Soros um, backed entities that are ruining these countries. Best for Britain, European movement in the UK, scientists for the EU. Look, all these are Soros leftist backed entities. These people are ruined. Islam has invaded Europe to the point where somebody can't even have a silent prayer, a silent Christian prayer. If it wasn't done in their own home, I don't know what would do. They even raid the churches over there for prayer. But the Muslims are out, aren't they? Out taking up the parks and everything else. Look at this. Media Matters for America, Public Integrity, Priorities USA. Look how many are from America. America Votes, Tides. I've actually been to the Tides Foundation not too long ago, as a matter of fact. I was up there doing a little recon. Very low security, I'll just say that. But they do things to ruin America. Those are leftist ideologues, every one of them, leftist ideologues that spout their leftist ideas. They get in the head of people. They know the hearts of man, and they know that the heart of man is continuously in sin and continuously evil, and they exploit that. They bring it out in people. It's like the Bible study I had this morning. Don't walk down that path. Don't choose the path. Let them go that way if they want to. You don't have to follow that path. Make good decisions. Again, you've got AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, the little bald-headed lady, Presley, whatever her name is, and a lot of others. I saw the Attorney General for Arizona going out and saying that, hey, it's okay for you to shoot ICE agents who come to your door. No, it's not okay. That is not okay. I hope that she is prosecuted for that. She has to be held accountable. But she can go on TV, just like the rest of them, can go on TV and lie to you because they are not held accountable. Tyranny requires security. What do I mean by that? If these people didn't have security and were held accountable to the American people, they would be approached. They are unapproachable. You cannot approach an AOC, Ilhan Omar, or any of these people without security around them. You having an opposing opinion can't say anything to them. Tyranny requires security. Remember that. Thanks, guys.